Hey guys, it's Eric from the Kobold Club. Today, I am very pleased to present to you Twilight Imperium Fourth Edition from Fantasy Flight Games. If you didn't already know, Twilight Imperium Third Edition is my all-time favorite board game, and this is the newest iteration of Twilight Imperium. It released at Gen Con, kind of a pre-release, Gen Con 50, 2017. I believe it will be coming out later here in the next few months probably. So it is available for pre-order. If you did not get it at Gen Con, you can go over to Fantasy Flight Games and pre-order yourself a copy. If you don't know much about this game, it is an epic space opera game of war and politics. It is one of the most engaging board games you can play. It supports, let me flip the box over, supports 3 to, I believe, 6 in this version. It usually takes about 4 to 8 hours to play. The third edition could take anywhere up to 10 hours sometimes. So you can see here, the back of the box, we have updated artwork. Still kind of retains that same old school fantasy feel, almost an 80s type fantasy feel, but it's kind of updated. It's just a little bit cleaner. The box itself is very thick, very high quality. So let's pop it open and take a look. So this is a game by Christian T. Peterson, the founder of Fantasy Flight Games. Alright, right off the top here we have the Fantasy Flight Games catalog guide. Right on the cover there is their other new game that released at Gen Con, Legend of the Five Rings, which is an awesome game. I played a lot of that this Gen Con. We have 3 rule books. Learn to play. So this is just an explanation. If you're setting it up for the first time, this is going to walk you through with a lot of pictures and tell you exactly how to play on a basic level. So this game is extremely complicated, has a very heavy weight. It's best, I would say, if you could play this with someone that has played it before or knows the rules really well, because it can be very overwhelming. This is not a game for new gamers. This is a game for people that have been playing board games for a long time and fans of very intense, rules-heavy games. So this is, like I said, this is not a game for casual gamers. But if you're looking for an intense war game where you and your friends can argue and kill each other on the battlefield for an entire weekend, this is the game for you. So here's the second rule book. It goes into the nitty-gritty details of everything. So you can see there. And then we have a lore compendium. This here is new and it is awesome. It tells you everything about all the factions in this game, what's going on, the history of the factions. It's got a lot of really badass artwork. So that's a very cool addition. Next up, we have a lot of cardboard, a lot of punch-outs. So let's take a look at those. So these cardboard cutouts are made out of really high quality, very nice finish cardboard. You can see here on this one we got some planets. We'll punch one out. You can see there's one of the planets there. So you're going to have a bunch of planets out on the board. You also have some markers for the individual factions on here. There's another one. Planets, faction tokens. Some more planets. I don't know what that is. We'll have to find that out. That looks pretty sweet though. There's Mechatol Rex. The whole object of the game is to take control of Mechatol Rex. It is the political capital of the universe and you want to take control of it. Roll out a bunch of policies that are going to mess everybody up and basically dominate the universe. So there's that. We got more planets, more tokens, more planets, double planets with tokens. So in this game, you're going to lead an army across the universe, and you're going to produce new guys, you're going to gather resources from the planets, and then you're also going to be voting on policies, political policies that are going to change the way the game runs. Some asteroid fields, some kind of burning sun thing. Another, oh, look at that planet. That is cool looking. Bunch of tokens. These are like, there's so many troops on the board. Sometimes you run out of minis. That's kind of what these are for. These are your ground troops and your space fighters. So sometimes you have to have tokens because there's so many damn people on the board. So we got some victory tracker here, speaker, which is like the speaker of the house, basically. That means you're going to be in charge of doing the voting and breaking ties, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. These here are the tiles that are out in the middle. Everybody's going to take one, and then you use this to do your actions for your turn. So get a kind of a close-up on this. Here's number 1. And it goes all the way up to 8. So they each have different things. All right, so here are the new player boards. This is new to this edition. It is a very welcome change because there's one for each faction, and they have a lot of information on the board. These have all your stats for your different fighters and different troops and stuff. And it's got a bunch of different information things just right here on the board. So it's really easy for newer players to figure out what's going on. You don't have to reference the book constantly. And then each faction has a special ability that's printed on there. Their symbol, their picture. And then on the back, there's like a bunch of fluff here that tells you all about the faction, you know, kind of what they're all about. And then you can kind of role play that faction and try to do what they would do. Also has all your starting information right there on the back. So pretty cool. So there's that one. There's the Federation of Sol, which are kind of like the humans. There's the Yin Brotherhood. And most of these, I think, if not all of them, were in Twilight Imperium 3. The Nehlu Collective. Embers of Muat, I think, is how you say that. That might be a new one. I don't remember that one. That might be from one of the expansions. If you can post in a comment, tell me where that one came from. Mentat Coalition. The Barony of Letnev. That's a classic. Emirates of Hagan, or Haken, or however you want to say it. But these motherfuckers are my dudes, man. These guys are awesome. They're like the traders. They're lion people. They're right there on the front of the box. This is my jam right here. The Necrovirus. I'm also not familiar with this one, but it looks pretty awesome. The Winu. Sardak Noir. Some of these names are crazy. The Ghosts of Cruz. The Clan of Sayar. The Universities of Jolnar. Now that's an old one. The X-Cha Kingdom, another old one. Those guys are the turtle people. They're literally turtle people, and how do you think you play them? You basically turtle, so it makes sense. The Arborex, and the Golems. I call these guys the Golems because that looks like Smeagol. But yeah, so there's all the different player boards, and then you can connect these to the player boards, and this is kind of what the old player boards were, and it has where you put your action markers, and so it also has a good outline of all the stuff you can do on your turn. So there's that. They are double-sided, so you can put it on either side. And there's one for each faction. And this is where you're going to allocate all your actions and stuff too. So let's see what else we got here. We have some dice, which is what you'll use to do combat. And then you have 6 players worth of troops. 6 different colors. So let's take a look at some of these troops here. I'll show you the red ones. So, let's see here. You got the War Suns. These big ships. I think those are the Dreadnoughts, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a while since I played. I'm not sure what that is. That looks like a coffin ship. That's pretty cool, though. Let me kind of zoom in there. Ground troops, which are just a flag. Very cool little miniatures. Transport, it looks like. I'm not looking this up either. I'm just kind of shooting it off the top of my head. So yeah, there's a lot of different things there. Let me see. Are these different? Yeah, they all kind of share the same looking ships. They're just different colors, it appears. Yeah, okay, cool. And underneath all these troops are multiple decks of cards that all have different stuff on them. I'm not going to go into all these, but you can see there's planet cards and technology cards and action type cards. There's a lot of cards there. So here we go. I'm not going to get all those out, but you can kind of see just the scope of this game. Overall, it looks really cool. It just looks like kind of an updated version of 3, which I guess is what it's supposed to be. Yeah, so we're going to punch all this stuff out. It's probably going to be a little while before we can actually get it played. We'll have to get a group together, and it's kind of a, you have to dedicate time to it. It's not a game you can just pick up one night and decide to play. You got to set aside time for it, and you have to have the right people too. So we'll set up a group and get this played. I'll let you guys know what I think. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check me out over on Facebook, facebook.com/koboldclub. You can also look us up on Twitter at Kobold Club. So thank you guys. See you later.